Anxiety disorders are the most common type of psychiatric disorders in the US, with up to a third of the population suffering from them. And then only like 50 or 60% of people actually respond to medication or psychotherapy. So,
Yeah.
what is the anxious gut?
The anxious gut is you've heard the expression, feeling queasy, knots in my stomach, butterflies, and it's sort of it's interesting to me that many of those expressions bear to be true in terms of those feelings that people will actually talk about when they're feeling anxious. And it turns out that so many things can worsen anxiety that we have to be careful about caffeine, because caffeine can actually make people more anxious. So if they notice that, again, paying attention to body intelligence, they want to they want to switch to decaf or half caf, or stay under 400 milligrams of caffeine a day and have it early in the day so that it doesn't disrupt their sleep and drive the anxiety. Other things to worry about is gluten was found to be associated with worsening symptoms of anxiety. Sometimes people have non-celiac gluten sensitivity. I
Mhm.
actually had someone recently who said they'd struggled with depression for a long time until they got tested and realized that they had not celiac disease, but sort of this non-celiac gluten sensitivity. And by cutting out gluten, their symptoms improved. So gluten was associated with, as well as artificial sweeteners like aspartame, saccharin, sucralose, and like I mentioned, unfortunately, stevia did worsen symptoms of anxiety. Then being cautious with alcohol, how you consume alcohol, when you consume it, and the fact that we all have to be a little bit careful, because during the pandemic, we know from studies and from some CDC data that use of alcohol and drugs has increased. So we've got to be
Mhm,
careful about
mhm.
that. So, just helping people understand that. But, foods that can help are, we go back to the omega-3s because they actually also help anxiety. We go back to high fiber foods because they break down more slowly in the body, so less of an insulin spike. So unlike maybe eating a sugary donut and you may crash a little bit later, or you may notice that you have a different feeling, when you eat a more fiber-rich diet that has complex carbohydrates, it breaks down slowly in your body. You feel satiated and fuller for longer. But then also your mood and your emotional state follows on a more even keel. Other foods that were helpful were, fermented foods again, certain vitamins, certain minerals, especially magnesium, very helpful in anxiety.
Mhm.
Turmeric shows up again. And then a lot of things that you can actually have as tea, like a lavender or passion flower or a chamomile tea, were found to help with anxiety. But turmeric features there as well. So
Oh, that's
important to
beautiful.
know.